For over 20 years, the only way to learn maps, tricks, and techniques in BunnyTrack was through the demo system, but you had to leave your server to download and watch them. Our launcher and website did make this process easier, but in turn, you lost the flexibility that you had of watching demos. Today, we're releasing potentially the biggest feature that BunnyTrack has ever seen, impacting casual players, professional rushers, and even spectators of the game, and we're super excited to share it with you. Introducing UTBT replays. From today, every single cap set on a certified UTBT server will be stored into a replay file, and here's what you can do with them. With our new replays feature, we've enabled ghost racing. On any map, you can load up a replay that you want to race against, and every time you start a run, it races alongside you in real time, synced to your own clock. The ghost shown has 3 visual options that you can select from. Watch the ghost using the original player's skin, watch the ghost using your currently selected skin, watch the ghost as a glowing orb. The ghost will become more translucent as it's closer to you to avoid being too distracting whilst on a run. We've added in options for you to be able to auto-load a ghost whenever you join a server. You can either load the best verified time, the best certified time, your own PB, or the best overall time regardless or not if it's verified. To race against a specific ghost, open up the BT menu and select the time that you want to race against and click on Race. Please note that you are only able to race ghosts that were set on your team. Additionally, the ghost racing feature is also available as a spectator. That means whenever you're spectating someone, you can also select a ghost that you want to compare the player you're watching to and see them battle in real time. This means for our 24/7 UTBT spectator bot, you'll be able to see players battling it out against the world record time live on Twitch. Previously in UTBT, we've had a feature called Zone Times that allow you to compare yourself against a run that you're battling against. However, zone times have a flaw. Not all maps have zone changes in them, and in that case, you have no reference data. With our new replays feature, we're introducing live deltas. Rather than relying on zones in maps, live deltas use the replay data instead to be able to provide a real-time delta against the run that you're racing against. Live deltas update in real time, letting you know how you're doing. To enable live deltas, go to the BT menu and select Show Live Delta. You can also select the position and size of the delta here. Live deltas are also enabled for spectators watching a player. Additionally to live deltas, we're also introducing a feature called sector splits. Sector splits essentially cut a map into a number of sectors, anywhere from 2 to 30. For example, on a 2-minute cap, having 2 sector splits will mean there's one split at the 1-minute mark and one at the end. Whenever you hit a split, you have the option to print a message either to your HUD, console, or your chat to see how you did compared to the ghost that you're racing. When you finish a run, you can open up a console to see a summary of how well you did across the run compared to the ghost. Sector splits can also be configured through the BT menu. You can select how many sectors you want, the size of the text, the verbosity of the text, and where the text is shown. Sector splits are also enabled for spectators watching a player. For our casual players, you may want to understand how to do a certain section of the map. Replays enable a feature called Watch Mode. Select any ghost from the BT menu and click on Watch. This will bring you into a third-person view of the run, as if you're spectating it in real time in a demo. In the BT menu, you can select what happens at the end of a run. You can either loop, which will restart the run constantly when the run has finished, hold, which will stop the ghost once they've capped, return, which will take you back to your own POV after the replay is done. Furthermore, you have a bunch of commands you can execute during watch mode. You can pause the run at any time using !replay pause. You can set the speed of the playback anywhere from 0.25x to 4x speed using !replay speed. You can move to any point in the run using !replay seek to. Watch mode is also available for spectators. Additionally to the watch mode, we have also added in a bonus feature called Run Comparisons. This feature allows you to load up to 6 runs at the same time and to watch them all synchronized together. This will let you compare runs from multiple players and see where certain players excelled over others throughout a run. You can select runs in the BT menu by right-clicking on the table and then pressing Compare Runs. In this menu, you can also select how each replay ghost will look, whether you want them all to have the same colored skins, or whether they should all have different colors. Whilst comparing, you can use !replay next and !replay prev to cycle through which player you're watching. If you've just finished a run and you want to replay it head-to-head against the loaded ghost to be able to compare your runs, you can now do that using the !replay last run command. Your last run doesn't need to have reached the flags, it will just count from when you spawn to when you died. We have commands, keybinds, and settings for all of these new features depending on how you want to use them. For commands, you can type !replay help to get a list of all of the available commands in your console. For binds, you can set them in the binds menu in !BT. And for specific settings, you can also set them in the replays tab on the BT menu. That's it, boys. That is the new replays feature on UTBT. While Ghost data will only start recording from today, we're going to try go back through the 55,000 or so verified demos on UTBT and see if we can get out the Ghost data from all of those and backfill that data. That may take us a little bit of time, but we do plan on doing that in the coming months. Looking forward to hearing your feedback on this new feature and looking forward to seeing players using this across our servers. Peace.